Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going to go on a quest for truth together. Yes, we really are, and that's what we're doing here. And I'm going to go ahead and share this out to my friends over there on the Book of Faces. That's what one of my friends calls Facebook. We are live. Uh-oh. That thing's rocking. We are live. It's going to be a short message this time. We're getting on with it here. All right. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Wednesday. Isn't that what it's called? Yeah. Wednesday. Yeah. Some people call it hump day. Not sure why. No. Not exactly sure why. Over the hump because of the week? Or something to do with a camel, I'm not sure. One of the two. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Maybe you can clarify in the chat, if you know. If you know. Well, it was a nice, toasty, warm, in the 40s kind of a day today. So it was a nice reprieve from the tundra that we've had. So that was nice. That was very nice. There, we shared it out to the Facebook page and the Truth Quest. Hello there, young star wizard. Yes. Welcome to the Truth Quest, MacGyver and Catherine Weiss. We're all here at the Truth Quest where we're just downrange of strange. Where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. Here we are, once again, questing about for the truth, looking for that truth, looking under every rock for that truth. Isn't that right? We certainly are. We certainly are. Alrighty then. Well, I've got some things to show you, friends. I hope that it comes up here. Yeah. It looks like our favorite political cartoonist is at it again. And it's good to see Ben Garrison put some more work out here. Here it is. It's the POS Barry Trudeau boy. POS. I wonder what that stands for. He's crushing the truckers. He's kicking the churches. And he's got a bunch of scary-looking syringes in his hand. Mandates. Freshly baked tyranny. Giggle. Yeah, he's something else. I'm telling you. So that's pretty good. Hello, Mud Rabbit. I see you got the coloring sheet too. Good. I hope that the little one likes that. That's awesome. Yeah, there he is. Trudeau, man. Won't even talk to him. Nope, just gonna arrest him. But what happened, friends, was they arrested the first trucker and they removed his truck. And then 4 more trucks came in. Ha. So if that's the way it's gonna work, for every one removed, 4 more come. How about that? They're going to run out of prisons and gymnasiums and places to keep these people. Yeah, it's going to be, wow. If you find yourself a leader of a country and the people just want normalcy back after a fake pandemic, it's stupid not to give it to him. It is really stupid. He's going to go down as a very stupid leader. in my opinion. You're welcome, Mud Rabbit. Yeah. Yeah, good to see you again, MacGyver. And Operation Shutdown. Looks like a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Yes, it does. Only he's a little bit more destructive, I'd say, in a lot of ways. Maybe he should arm wrestle one of the truckers, and winner gets their way. What do you think about that? Think he'll go for that? He might have to. It's going to come down to something like that. I don't know. It's not looking good for him. History is not going to paint a good picture of him. It's just not. History is not going to be very kind to this gentleman, non-gentleman. I heard him in an interview. You probably heard it too. He's praising China. Oh, what country do you admire the most? China, because they've got such an authoritative dictatorship. They can do anything they want. Oh, he loves that. Wow. Yeah, but I don't think he was really popularly elected. I think it was a whole planned thing, part of the big plan. Oh, he wanted to freeze accounts. Then major Canadian banks went offline. So the banks went offline to avoid getting shut down. He won't be able to do that now. Oh, good. That's good. I still think it might be a good idea to to drone money into those guys. Bring a pillow and money, like 1,000 drones, each with a pillow and some money to each trucker. That'd be cool. He'll have to resign after this. Yeah, well, we're all hoping for that. Although I think he's very arrogant. He doesn't think he's going to have to pay any price for this. I'm the leader. I can do what I want. Ah, ha, ha. I got the microphone. Yes, that's obvious. He went to the cabal leaders and they told him what to do. Yeah, he's a whiny boy. He's a little soy boy. Yeah. Well, if anyone who aligns themselves with BLM that rampaged across this country a couple of years ago and killed 12 people, if he's aligning with those people rather than peaceful truckers who his country relies on to keep going, what an idiot. He's not much of a leader if he has to go overseas to talk to his cabal buddies. He's a jerkaholic. That's what I call him. Time for us to lead ourselves. Yes, MacGyver. Red in the Valley. Hello there. Pillow truck will be there tomorrow with supplies. Yes. Mike Lindell pulls through again. Wow. Wow. He's an amazing guy, isn't he? Wow. Boy, then he's in for a big surprise. Hello, Dark Brain. Good to see you here, too. We're all here. There you go. And that's a great little meme. The memes are cranking up again, aren't they? And how is history going to paint a picture of Justin Trudeau? I think this is a good one. This is one for the history books. It's such a good likeness, and it really captures the moment. I think there's something about this picture that really captures the essence of Justin Trudeau somehow. I don't know what it is. There's something about this picture of him. You know, I think this is how history will paint the picture of him. Don't you think? I think. Oh, Red in the Valley, are you in Ottawa? Are you Canadian? Well, all of our hearts are with the Canadian truckers and the people up there. So we're all pulling for you, praying for you, and sending positive freedom vibes your way. You know, we had the Boston Tea Party. You guys had the trucker, the freedom truckers. That's awesome. Wow, you weren't ready for that picture? I know, isn't that good? I saw that today. I went, wow, this is great. Somebody spent a lot of time on this to give it that look, you know? It's pretty good, I gotta say. Andre Little, hello there, Andre. Welcome to the program. I love how the leaf just sort of looks like a swastika on that arm like that. Isn't that wild? Unreal. I love it. You know, remember what Trump said about all the memes and the anons and all the stuff that was produced? He said that the anons are better than any ad agency around. Any of the major ad agencies blows them away. We blew them away. We blew them away. Yeah, you're right, Dark Brain. It will be important to see if Trudeau survives politically. He won't survive politically. I mean, the only way he's going to survive politically if it's completely corrupt, which it is. But I think there's an awakening going on, and they can arrest as many truckers as they want and take away their trucks. But guess what? If they don't resolve this, the country stops. All the trucks can't go anywhere if you don't have any trucks and no drivers. It's really so stupid. It could be resolved so easily, but that's not their goal. Their goal is to, sadly, to eliminate all of the people on this continent, pretty much. That's their plan. And he's all in it. He's all in on it. He must have been promised some lofty position when it all goes down. No way he can be reelected. Yeah, nobody would elect that guy. Nobody. You're right. Operation shut down. That's right. Yeah, there's something about that picture. I think that one eye isn't really his. I don't know, the blue one. So it's just enough of the old guy to give that hint, but then definitely Trudeau's features. So such a good Photoshop. Whoever did this did a really good job, I gotta say. Fantastic job. But give that guy or that gal a raise, whoever did that. They deserve it. There's the numbers on it, whatever that means. Hey, Mad Pogue or Mad Poj? Is it Pogue with a G or with a G? I'm doing fine, Andre Little. How are you doing? Hey, Austin Morris. Good to see you too. All right. I'm gonna put the show call-in information on there. And there you have it. And I'm sure my mods, they know how to take that and make it nice and pretty and easy to read. The truckers got them by the nads. Yes, they do, but they sure aren't acting like it. It's with a hard G. Mad Pog, like that. Okay. Mad Pog. Mad Pog. Okay. Thank you, Mad Pog. Good to be here, Aaron. I'm glad that you're here too, Austin. Yeah. Checking the participants box to see if anyone's calling in. So that was a couple good memes to start this thing off, don't you think? And I got to say, I'm so honored to have interviewed Andrew Bashago and Corey Good, and to be friends with these guys, and all that they've been through now, and I can't talk too much about these two guys because they're really, really, to me, top notch, um, verified stories, as verified as you can get in this crazy world. And so, I like to talk about the things that Andrew Bashago went through, things that Corey Good went through. Corey Good's dropping some very interesting videos. So if you want to check over onto Sphere Being Alliance um, YouTube channel, go check that out. And he's got some amazing information. We talked about a little bit about it here, but we'll be talking more about it because it's so interesting. And the things that Andrew Bashago went through, starting as a kid, he first teleported at age 6. So from age 6, and he said, whenever he told his wife, I'm taking Andy to the hardware store, they wouldn't go to the hardware store. They'd go to the Curtiss Wright Air Force Base and they'd teleport. And they'd teleport, a lot of times to Santa Fe, New Mexico. And they'd stay there a day, a week, or a summer. But when they teleported back, they teleported moments after they left. So he actually spent like 3 summers congruently with himself, 3 different times, where he teleported from New Jersey to Santa Fe, New Mexico in the early summer, and then spend the whole summer in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and then teleport back to right after he left to spend that same summer in New Jersey at the same time he's in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Now just think about that. So there's 2 Andrews for at least 2 or 3 summers. That's just bizarre. Just think about that. Wow. My other self. Apparently, if you come in contact with your other self, there is an antimatter explosion that you don't want to do it. So, hey, there's myself. No, get away. Don't get away from me. Why? Oh, that would be funny. But yeah, so interesting. He was talking the other day about the 4th dimensional chronovisor, where the one that sent him back to 100 million BC in Arizona. And so he got to see dinosaurs, and he said the sides of the dinosaurs looked kind of a grayish green, but with kind of like a rainbow trout type of a pinkish bluish sheen to it. So that's interesting. And they were all like a Brontosaurus or an Allosaurus or something like that. So interesting. He was sent there with other children, and they saw all these giant, and it was in an area of Sedona with all the red rocks everywhere, the red mountains, but prehistoric. And he said there were these weeds growing that usually are like this, knee or thigh high. They were like 20 feet high. So that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, yeah. I wonder what the minimum distance between the two selves is. I don't think you can come close to yourself, and that's why they always stayed clear, made sure not to travel, you know, from either destination to the other destination. But you know, so that's very interesting. So he's actually older than he really is because he's spent some time, you know, well, or is he? Because if he's, that's a tough one. Boy, your mind just starts to bend thinking about all that stuff, doesn't it? It's crazy, but cool. Crazy but cool. Crazy but cool. I gotta say, I want everybody to pray for my friend, Red Pill 78, this guy right here. And this came up in my memories on Facebook. That was when Red Pill and Methods had Roseanne Barr on, and I called in. So that was a lot of fun. But so Red Pill, after Occam's Razor, after his last Occam's Razor on Tuesday, he had about 10 minutes for it to download, and he went to go ride his bike, his motorcycle, around the block, just to keep it going. You gotta run it every day a little bit. And he was just going around the block, but at one point he hit a patch of sand, and the back tire slid out, and he went over the front handlebars and skidded across the road, and I guess onto the side of the road. And he's pretty beat up, so he's not going to be able to broadcast for a couple days. So keep him in your prayers. Uh, he's he's a tough guy, but so yeah, send him positive healing energy, and he'll be better soon. So let's all do that. He's a good guy. He's got a heart of gold, and he does a great show. He's very effective, and he gets great guests like that. Roseanne Barr. Look at that. So there you go. Keep him in your prayers. And thank you very much. Andre Little, yes, I'm on Facebook. Yeah. Aaron Moriarty on Facebook. Yep. Hello, Abby. Divine Tiffany, hello there. Yes. Prayers, love, and light. Yeah. Good one. Yes, I'm glad it wasn't worse too, Dark Brain. Yeah. Yeah, I got a message, a post earlier from Sherry Devi Chapman, who goes by a different name, um, LCB. I'm not sure if she wants me to dox her or not. Red in the Valley says busy with things in Ottawa. Hopefully it will end soon. Oh, you're in Ottawa. I hope that you're going to be safe up there. It must be pretty exciting, though. It must be pretty exciting. So yeah, Red Pill. Maybe you could find one of his videos, and he's got that Buy Me a Coffee app. Buy him a coffee. That'll help him get better, right? That always helps. A little coffee. I gave him a call today. I let him know that he's going to be in prayers. So he was very grateful to get the call. I wish I hadn't made him laugh, because I think I got him in a little bit more pain. So yeah, so he's a good guy. And if you haven't seen, I did an interview with him probably about a year ago. It was a good interview, so go check that out in the archives. Great guy, great show. Find him on Twitch, on D Live, on the Foxhole, and a whole bunch of other places that he goes. So there you go. Here you have it. So that's some sad news. I'm sorry to bring that to you. But we gotta take care of our peeps, don't we? And speaking of prayers, check this out. Truckers gather to pray for guidance and protection. Who could be against these people? Look how nice they are. They got the trucks parked all nice. They're in a circle praying. Come on now. These are not terrorists. They're not trying to take anything over. Unbelievable. It's a Gandhi moment, really, here. So these brave men and women up there, and they made a call to bring the children out, because they said today was going to be the day. The government warned them today was going to be the day that they have 7 days until they get a vote on approving the Emergency Act. In the meantime, they can use the Emergency Act in the 7 days. I think that's kind of unfair before they vote on it. So they got 7 days of rampaging that they can do. Sick, totally sick. Well, we got to pray for these people too, friends. Maybe, let's see. Pillows. Yeah, pillows. What a great gesture that is. The man comes through again. He's a legend. He's a legend in his own time. And so that's that. So they're definitely heroes. Not all heroes wear capes. Not all heroes wear capes. I saw this today. Check this out. So what we're looking at here is a close-up view of something. Oh, is it gonna? Uh-oh. There we go. We're gonna bring this down to show you what it was zoomed up to. It's this right here that's above the horizon line. See, the horizon line goes up here. There's something lit up here. Now, is it a star? Is it some satellite? A rocket? I don't know. It's pretty bright. So I don't know. I really couldn't get a clear enough picture of it to know what it was for sure. So it's another mystery, friends. We got another mystery. Oh, the RCMP had a fake staged gun bust today. Oh, really? They're blaming on the protesters. Well, I saw a video by one of the truckers, and he's saying, come on down. We need you now. Today's the day. We need people here. We can win this if we have numbers. But don't bring kids, and don't bring any guns. Don't bring any weapons. So this is what they're saying. If that's a UFO, it's a fuzzy one. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's just too far away to know. So just a little bit too far away, but it does look kind of curious. It makes me curious. It just does. And so let's see here. Yeah, and here is another view from the ISS. And I haven't checked this one yet, so it's pretty dark. Well, let's brighten this guy up a little bit here. I'll do this one here too. Oh, look at that. You can see the atmosphere just really starts to show. Oh, look at that. This looks like a Russian craft over here. This part right here looks Russian. You know, docking ports to dock to. But yeah, I don't see anything anomalous in this still shot. Something over here, but I don't know. Could be stars or something, right? That's right. Hey, Andre, did you get what I said? Aaron, let me see. Sometimes I don't see a little UFO. Okay, I see that. A little UFO. Okay, I saw it now. Yeah, I don't always see. I don't always see all the chat because I'm trying to find things and look at them. So I'm sorry if I missed some of your posts, people. I do appreciate each and every one of you, and I wish I could like read all of them and answer all of them, but it's just too hard to do. It's tough. But I do the best I can. Yeah. So that's pretty bright. You know, we brought it up from that, so it's interesting. You know, else is interesting is this down here. I wonder what is that, a city or something? I don't know. I don't know. We just don't know, do we? We just don't know. And don't forget, friends, there's another movie that could be coming out too that we can't forget about. Can't forget about it. The Tarmac, based on a true story, impossible to defend. The Nail in Many Coffins, toxic to those connected. Yeah, I'm not sure who this gal is. Renteria? I don't know who she is. Someone involved in this whole scandal. Lynch and of course Clinton. Look at that shifty-eyed Clinton. Wow. Wow. We have it all. No deals. Boom. Release the video. Yeah. Restricted. So yeah, all this stuff is going to come out, and I really hope that Truth Social is going to be one of the outlets for all this information. Oh, a friend request on Facebook. Okay, yeah, I'm usually when I'm doing a show, I don't really go on Facebook, but I'll go on there. Da, 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 da. Well, let's see. It would be up here. Yeah, my computer's not really going so fast right now. I'm not seeing it. I will for sure check it after the show. And yeah, it's hard for me to focus on on this while I'm doing the show. So I will find it, and I will. I hope it's me, because I have a son with the same name. He's younger than me, obviously. There you go. Yeah. Mad Pogue. Yeah, sorry I said podge. I think it's because there's a craft medium called Mod Podge. Mod Podge. Mod Podge. Mod Podge? Maybe I'm saying that wrong too. I don't know. Mad Pog. I remember Pogs. Oh, those milk things. Those little milk cap things. Pogs. Remember those? Pretty popular back in the 90s, I believe. Late 80s, 90s? I don't remember. Something like that. Something like that. New warp drive. Yes, we do need that new warp drive. Thank you, Mud Rabbit. A former Clinton advisor. Oh, thank you, Mad Pog. Former Clinton advisor. Okay, yeah. She looks guilty too. They all look pretty guilty. Remember, they were planning on appointing Lynch to the Supreme Court. That was the deal. You keep us all hush hush. You keep her out. Don't prosecute her, and you're gonna be in the Supreme Court. So, Pogo, like Pogo. Okay, Pogo, Mad Pogo. Hogs and Slammers. Yes, David, you got it. Good to see you here, David. Welcome to the program. And there we have that. Right? That's right. One of the other modalities of time travel that Andrew Basiago was exposed to when he was in the programs with DARPA, Project Pegasus, was this method of time travel called plasma confinement. And I've talked about this on the show before, but it's so fascinating to me. Developed by Dr. Sterling Colgate, and I believe Dark Brain is friends with Dr. Sterling Colgate's son. So he probably doesn't know anything about this because it's not listed in his achievements, because these were top secret programs. But apparently he developed this with apparently with help from DARPA. But and this is how they get away with doing this, because they do it within corporations. So the corporations don't have the kind of oversight that the military has, so they can do more things in secret. So what he did was he constructed this like a plexiglass chamber. You walk into this thing, and there's a certain part of the chamber where there's radioactive plasma that's confined to one particular spot, like a telephone booth type size I'm envisioning. So when you step into that, where there's like blue and pink blobs of radioactive plasma, you step into that, and then a wormhole opens up under your feet, and you're violently wormholed to that past event, which Andrew was sent back to Gettysburg, and they landed him just outside of town, about a 15-20 minute walk into town. But his shoes got knocked off, and one of his socks, so he took his other sock off, put it behind a bush, and started walking to town. But it was fall, and it was cold. His teeth were chattering by the time he got there. And he was photographed too. So I should get that photo up to show you all. Yeah. Let's see. Yep, take a look for this thing here. See if we can find it. And my computer is going very slowly again. I'm going to have to close some of these things here. Okay. There we go. I wonder if that's going to make a difference. Let's see. Hello, Celestial Soul. Good to see you here. I'm glad you made it. Awesome. And Jerry? Is he out there? Oh, okay. Just in case he's out there. Yeah. Yeah. Plasma confinement is fascinating. Yes. And the beauty part about it is when it wears off, you just materialize back in the lab. So you're going there, but you're coming back. But hello, Kelly Q. So you're exposed to all this radiation. It can't be good for you. And the idea that they can actually dial it in to put you in a different place in time, it's just fascinating. But his dad told him, instructed him to, when he got just outside of town there, because they didn't want him to appear all of a sudden in a group of people, because oh my gosh, that kid just appeared here. They put him outside of town a little bit so he could walk in and not be an anomaly. But yeah, and he was taken in by this old man who was walking with a limp. He's a war hero. He found out who this gentleman was. He was fought in many wars and he was injured. But he said, the president's coming today to give a speech and we can't have you running around here barefoot. Come on in here. He brought him into a men's shop and took him into the back room, which he thinks might have been like an underground railroad because there's a lot of used shoes in there. And so he gave him this used pair of shoes, like size 13 shoes. And so he was starting to be asked questions because he was in like a bugle boy outfit. And one of the soldiers asked him, hey, son, where were you bivouacked? Bivouacked? And he was all confused, and they said, oh, and the guy said, oh, you must have seen too much of the war. He goes, oh yeah, I must have seen too much of the war. But he got a little nervous, and he because in his training they said he try to avoid being noticed, and here he was, they were laughing at him because he didn't know what bivouacked was. Apparently some kind of indoctrination as a bugle boy that they do that the program people didn't realize to train him at. So I did find the little thumbnail from one of the shows that I did with him. So I'll just use that. It has that picture on it. So here we go. There it is. And here he is right here. And he's got these oversized shoes on. He was facing away from the dais where Lincoln was going to be speaking momentarily. But you can see these other people here, they're all emaciated because there was a famine. There was no food. And a lot of people died. And so here's this chunky looking kid from the 70s wearing a jacket that the old man gave him and oversized shoes. And he was facing away from the dais. And he noticed there was a photographer, and the photographer took a picture. And this is that picture. It's the famous Josephine Cobb picture of Lincoln at Gettysburg. And it's the only photograph in the National Archives that's classified. So it's a classified picture because it shows someone time traveling. Isn't that interesting? Just endlessly fascinating to me. So there it is. Yeah. And what happened was he started to fade from view just as the picture was taken. And so he never got to see Lincoln speak at Gettysburg. He did see his dad there. His dad was there. And he said, "Hey, Dad." He said, "I'm not your dad, son. Get away from me." Because his training taught him to avoid, any undue attention drawn to yourself. And when he saw his son was older than he was because his dad was there in a previous year. So that's how he knew his son was going to be sent to Gettysburg, because he saw him there years earlier. Isn't that interesting? Unbelievable, but believable. And he's got a picture too. And he saw this picture. Here's a scavenger hunt for you, friends. And I've been on this hunt myself for quite a while. His neighbor lady gave him and his sister a big stack of old magazines. And they were sitting on the step outside on a summer day just reading these magazines. I think it was like 1972 or 71. And one of the books was talking about this picture in the magazine. It had this picture, but it was a clearer picture. And he can't remember if it was Look or Life, but he thinks it was a larger type size magazine, like a Look or a Life magazine. But he couldn't remember exactly. It might have been an anniversary issue, but something prior to 72, because these were older magazines. Oh, okay. Oh, it just hit me. There's a really good episode of the reboot Outer Limits from 2001 about a photographer time travel, the Civil War, POTUS. I wonder if they knew about this. Could be. I mean, he's been talking about this quite a lot. Meatloaf, huh? Wow. Yes, time travel is very real. Yeah. We're all traveling through time right now, just a minute at a time. We are, though. We're traveling forward. And, some of us are lucky because we have a time machine. There you go. You can travel forward in time as far as you want to go with that time machine. There you go. How do you like that? Yeah, very fascinating. So Andrew also said that one of the times when they were teleporting from New Jersey to Santa Fe, New Mexico, they overshot their target. So when they're teleporting, he said they're like 15 feet above the ground and they're going very fast. And you can see the ground below you. And and he said farmers saw him like once. Whoa, what was that? He saw him zip by. But then you're let down gently when you get to when it comes to the end of the destination. It wormholes down and it gently lets you down on the ground. But they overshot their target by several blocks. And Andrew remembers that the energetic array, the Tesla Vortal teleporter, it had like this roster. He said it's almost like a waterfall, like an electronic waterfall. And he said the water was going faster, like it was going faster than it usually was. So they overshot their mark, and they had to figure out where they were and how to get back. Andrew's dad knew someone around that area, and they got with them, and Andrew was hanging outside with these kids, and one of those kids remembers this, and he remembers the whole story. Oh yeah, you and your dad were there because you were teleporting and you overshot. I remember that. Yeah, that was a very hot day. We were outside. Yeah. So he remembers that. So that's the thing that's interesting about Andrew's story is he's got all these witnesses. Wasn't that the story where one of the kids lost their feet when they teleported into a water fountain? No, he lost both of his feet. A 9-year-old boy, actually a neighbor of Andrew's and a classmate. Yes, unfortunately, he was let down into a shallow fountain that had rainwater in it. And apparently, when you're traveling through the quantum plenum like that, if you end up part of your body in water, it appears milliseconds before or after the rest of your body. So that is something that they had to avoid. So this poor boy was writhing in pain, and Andrew remembers this. Horrifying. And he lived the rest of his life without, he's still alive today, I believe. And he's missing his feet. So that's very sad. And so, Andrew was put through this program and into harm's way. And actually, that he's paying the price now with his vision loss and his other health problems caused by these super advanced military technical projects that they were working on. Walking through plasma, radioactive plasma. It's a pretty tough thing. Tough thing on your body, I would think. And so he was told also by someone in the CIA that some of the members who were teleporting a lot are developing a diabetes-like symptoms that mimic diabetes. Yeah. So, yeah. And he never got paid. So I think with the Army the way it is now, where, you can just be whoever you want to be. I mean, he was in secret programs. Maybe they'll honor his service and, get him some medical, right? The least they could do. Yeah. Good night, Andre. I'll look for that friend request. All right. Hello, Artist 61. Good to see you here. Yeah. So there he is, a kid from 1971 in the 1800s there at Gettysburg. And he unfortunately did not get to see Lincoln speak. He faded from view before he came on stage, before he started speaking. So there. Oh yeah, Zoso is probably on, isn't he? That's right. Let me see. Is Zoso on? Yep, Zoso's on. 2 hours ago. Maybe he's not anymore. I don't know. Could be. Could be. I know Max was going to call in tonight. He called in a little earlier, so he should be calling. Anyone, feel free to call in if you want. You want to talk about something, anything going on in the news, disclosure, anything that you want to talk about. And Young Star wanted to call in. Go ahead and call in. All you do is you have to have Zoom, and then you can do that. Oh, it just ended. Okay. He's done for the night. Okay. I'll have to watch it on the rerun. There you go. There you go. So I still have 2 of my interviews up with Andrew. If you're curious, scroll back and take a look at them. I'm also working on getting my 2 friends, the Swearingens, back on. Todd and Carrie Swearingen. So they're awesome people. I interviewed them as well, and people really seem to like that interview. It gets a lot of play, and that was like a year ago. So they're a fun couple. They're funny, they're fun, and they got a lot of interesting things to say. So, and they're mods for Corey Good's stuff. So they're very cool people, very hip. So trying to convince them to come on again. We'll have them on. But, oh, there we go. Hello, Max.
Hello.
There you are. How you doing today?
Yeah, I've been having all kinds of trouble with the phone lately.
Oh no, really?
I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, it won't speak on the speakerphone or anything else. So,
huh? Maybe it needs
kind of crazy.
A new battery, maybe, huh?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out. I don't know if I hit some kind of setting, and
yeah,
I don't remember hitting anything. But anyway,
I got a question for you. You're pretty smart. You're a pretty smart guy. I always thought, for cell phones or things like this, why can't there be a handle that pops out in the back and you wind up a spring, and the spring could run it? Couldn't it? Run a little electric motor or something, power it?
In theory, it can be done, certainly.
Yeah.
Because mechanical devices are prone to, going bad faster.
No. Then again,
but they do make radios like that.
And they're still putting glass on the fronts of these phones, breakable glass.
Oh yeah.
And it's so funny. They put a guard on it, which is a thinner piece of breakable glass that they glue on top of the breakable glass, so that when it breaks, you got to replace 2 things now.
Well, you can buy a thing. I think it's a company's called OtterBox that makes all kinds of products that are good for your phone.
Okay.
They're really good. I've never had any screens break ever since I bought one of those.
Oh, it's a kind of phone?
No, it's like a case that goes over your phone.
Yeah, well,
they have different styles.
I know.
Some are leather.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I got a little plastic thing goes around it too. But I'm just saying, you drop this on a corner of a coffee table or something, it's going to crack.
That was the case. I've never had that happen since I had cases.
Well,
but I had plenty of cracked phones in the past. But when you start buying $600 phones, you don't want that to happen.
Well, but that's what I don't understand. I don't understand why they keep using glass, because my phone before this was a $24 phone. I got it at Walmart, and it had a plastic, scratch-resistant plastic screen. It works just like a glass screen, only it can't break.
Well, but the glass is how it has to be there in order to. It's a special capacitive glass that measures when your finger's on there.
Oh yeah, this had that too. This had all the same features. It had a touch screen and everything, but it was plastic and it was on break. I dropped it many times on cement and it never broke. It didn't really get scratched very much. So you can get scratch resistant plastics. There's so many plastics. There's just no reason to use glass. I just think they're doing it because they know they're going to break and they can sell another screen. There's no other reason to do it.
Well, I translated a little bit of the information from Trump's speech.
Okay. It wasn't a speech. It was his tweet, his first tweet on Truth Social.
Yeah, a tweet. I thought there might be a comma in there.
Okay.
At least I felt that there had to be, and so I was trying to do all kinds of things, and of course, there's different letters that are capitalized.
Mm-hmm.
I started with the assumption that those wherever it's capitalized, you start there,
mm-hmm.
and you go to the next capital, and you cross that portion.
Right.
So the first one is get ready or something. I assume that was all part of one thing.
Okay.
And if you do that, you get it adds to 85. Get ready adds to 85, and of course you can add the 8 and the 5, and you get 13, which adds to 4. To 4. So I thought, okay, maybe it's saying 4. Now, what could be 4? Could that be a day? Could that be a month? And it's an exclamation, right? So the exclamation is probably there to tell you something important. Okay. Then there's the, what is it?
YP.
Your favorite before you get to the next capital. And your favorite, let's see, it added, I think your added to 79, and then favorite added to 96. So that when you add 79, 96, you get 175. 1 and 7 is 8, plus 5 is 13, which is again 4. Now, if that was a day, it could be the 4th or the 13th or the 22nd, things that add. So I'm thinking, okay, let's see what happens when you do the next part of it. When you do president, let's see, your favorite president. What's it say? I can't even remember now.
I'll have to go find
it. Get ready. Your president for your.
I'll have to find
your
it.
favorite president will see you soon.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like, isn't that right?
Yeah,
we'll see you soon. When you do that, it comes out that I think 319. No, that's not right.
Hello, Peggy Dancer and Dale D. Good to see you here.
Anyway, it comes out 4 again. We just said, okay, that could be 22 for a date.
4. That's 3 4s, right?
3 4s.
I got another idea.
I said, okay.
I think I know what it is. I cracked it already. 3 4s. He's going golfing. 4, right?
Okay.
He's going golfing.
Well, I was thinking about, are there any, you probably don't have the Q drops anywhere handy, where you could look up specifically on 4, either 4, 413, 422. It seems like 413 was about the time that says that there are no coincidences. I can't remember when he came out and said the phrase, where we go one, we go all. I think that might have been April. And then I said, okay, if there isn't one coincidence that I thought looks like a coincidence, that may not be a coincidence. And that is, if you add the digits of all the months, there's only one month that says Q30. It's April, and I'll illustrate. A and P is, you got 1 for A, P is 16, so there's 17, right? Which is the letter Q. Then the rest of the month is RIL. You got 18 plus 9, which is 27 plus 12 is 39. You add the 3 to 9, you get 12. 3 to 9 gets 12, and then the 1 and the 2 is 3. So there's Q3 or Q30 for the month.
Okay.
If it's true that there are no coincidences, why, maybe the 1 month in the year that says Q30 might be important,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that.
So I got the Q post up, but so what's the number you're looking for?
I'm looking for see some interesting posts in April, especially April 4th or 13th or 22nd.
Well, this particular site does not have anywhere where I can type anything. It just has them numerically.
Okay.
So
it's you have to, in the old Q map, you can look up, it'll show the date there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that on here.
And then you could look to see what was on that date.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I do know there are no coincidences somewhere in April.
April, what year?
I think it was not last year, the year before. So that would have been 2020? I think it's April 2020.
October 2020. So April, huh?
Well, can you type in coincidences? Maybe it'll come up.
I can't type anything in.
Or you can't search.
No, it doesn't have that feature for some reason.
Okay.
And maybe I picked the wrong one, but October.
So how are the people in the chat?
November. Let me check. Something about a dad joke jar. I like that idea. Try QAnon.pub. QAnon.pub. Okay, thank you, Mud Rabbit. QAnon.pub.
Well, I'm confident there's some kind of communications in there. What it is, I don't know.
I thought QAnon.pub was gone. That's what I thought. Is it back? Oh, yeah, there it is. It's back. Okay, what do you want me to type in here? What do you want me to type in here?
QMAP disappeared.
What do you want me to type?
Coincidences? Or April. Maybe it'll bring up more things with April in it,
No coincidences? Or do you believe in coincidences?
There are no coincidences.
That's not given as an option. Do you believe in coincidences? No coincidences? How many coincidences before mathematically impossible? There's 79 of do you believe in coincidences? There's 6.
What are the dates?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
It doesn't say. I have to click on each one.
Okay. That's probably not going to do it.
Let's see here.
There's one line that says there are no coincidences. But
okay, hold on a second. I think that was one of the ones that was listed there. Let's see. Nothing. Nothing's.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Nope. It's not coming up.
I remember I first heard about it. On Tom's site. He was talking about it because he's the first one I heard says, and that's interesting. It's got coin in the first part of coincidences. He says, I wonder if a coin's involved, and that's when I first heard about it.
Here's all of them. Here's all of them. I think there's like 106. There's 106 posts with coincidence in it.
Oh, okay.
September 11th, 2020.
Do they have them? But look for the ones in April. Anything in April?
June, May, January, December, November, July, 2019.
It'd be toward the end, probably.
These are different years too.
If you're going down, it's probably
July.
If down is later in the years.
No, it's I'm not sure.
More recent. If going down is more recent.
March 2019. No, going down is further away.
Okay.
So this one's in March. Nothing in April. Of course, from March to July. And February. You said April though, right? February 9th. February, December. Huh. Well, December.
I know my mom found the coin in April. I have to go look up what the date was. I thought about trying to get that picture sent to me so I could share it. The coin's now in the safe.
September, October. Let's see. September. Yeah, this is, there's 108 of them, 106 of them. Let's see. September. This is 2018 now. September. I think this makes for real boring television, I think. I apologize for not being able to find this, people.
Well, we don't have to look it up now. We'll look it up for later or see if you can find it. Maybe I can find it.
Well, this far already. I'm almost to the bottom. June 2018. June. May.
If you were broadcasting like something, would you broadcast, yell out the month or the day? If you're going to, exclaim, I would probably yell out the month.
April. Here's April. Here's the first Aprils, and it's 2018. April 27th, 2018. Question. Okay, this is from an anonymous person asking a question. Normies only watch CNN. They don't even know any of this is happening. We are too smug. Hope not. Might as well go sit in the CIA. Russia grounding our military planes in Syria. A military aircraft crashing in US. Coincidence? Autists need Red Bull? Cute. There's nothing about coincidence in there.
You said it's coincidence?
There's no coincidence. Doesn't happen in that. Why is it in here? Oh yeah, coincidence.
Read it.
Yeah, it does say coincidence. You're right. Just the word coincidence. Okay, here's another one. April 27th, 2018. New text message reveal FBI agent was friends with judge in Flynn case. And that's like an article. And it says, expand. Who interviewed Flynn? What redacted texts were released yesterday? Coincidence? Why did Flynn take the bullet? Rubber bullet? Lawmakers make public? Lawmakers learned Gmail draft comms yesterday. Lawmakers go hunting. What is the purpose of a laser pointer? You have more than you know. Comms understood. Q. But you were thinking at a certain. So here's another one, April 25th. It says, what happens to the special counsel? Rudy met with Mueller today. Coincidence? That's where the coincidence comes in. Here's another one on the 25th of 2018, April 25th.
No, I was looking for, I don't know, like the 1, 2, or 3 year delta for April, to see if there were anything that stood out on April 4th, April 13th, or April 22nd.
April 25th is the only one I see here that correlates with that. But hold on. Here's some more April. 23rd, 21st. I can't remember what you said. So if you hear it, let me know.
22nd. But maybe
21st. There's two 21sts. 23rd, 20th. Is that it?
These are all coincidences, though, right?
1199. Yeah. It says answer Q, reason SR June, JA now. Then it has a Fox News link. Democrat Party files federal lawsuit alleging conspiracy by Trump campaign and Russia WikiLeaks. Coincidence? Q.
See, he doesn't.
April 18th.
He's putting out comms all the time for us. I'm sure of it. It's just can't we figure it out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. There's some more here, but April 12th, is that one you said?
It was 4. It has to add to 4, the digits. But I specifically, it would be from this April going back 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. So it'd be April 2021, April 2020, or April 2019. That's the only 3 years, I think.
No, because I had to go back to 2018 to get any in April.
Okay, so there weren't any in April. That doesn't sound right.
April 8th.
Maybe you got one of those things got shut down after a certain time.
April 7th.
I can't remember which one.
April 5th.
I know QMAP got shut down. That got shut down in right about April of 2021.
April 3rd.
Is there an April 3rd?
Yeah. April 3rd, 2018.
Yeah. I think it's too long.
Future proofs past. Several today. One day. RR, military, border. Keep watching the news. April, Moab, Q. Coincidence, another MSM narrative change upon release of damaging news. People are waking up. Trace the background of the shooter. Focus on father, 20 years, Q. Boy.
Okay, well, we'll stop that because that's.
Yeah.
You can read all those and
we're not finding anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. We're losing the
Maybe
audience.
Something will show up.
Hey, Zoso dude. He's in the house. Welcome to the program.
I believe he was giving us information. I just don't know what it is.
Okay.
I made an attempt at it so far, so.
All right.
Maybe more information will be coming to us,
Right.
There'll be other, especially watch when he comes out and says anything. Yeah.
I saw this today, so I thought I'd put it up right now. It's a creepy, dark picture of Hillary Clinton. It says, "Time for the real witch hunt to begin." Yeah.
Hey.
Time for the real witch hunt to begin. That's what I say. That's my opinion.
You folks see that it's no accident that all of a sudden Durham is bringing out information about her, and of course she's just now thinking about, or looks like she's thinking about getting back in the race.
Right.
Do you think that's actually by accident? I don't think so.
No. But I don't think she can be prosecuted until Trump's back in. Because if she's prosecuted, well, Dingeldorf is in there, he could just pardon.
There, that's the whole point.
He could just pardon her.
That's the point. This is a belligerent occupation. He's not the president.
Well, I know all these ifs, but I'm just saying.
He can prosecute it. That's what the purpose of the insurrection is to allow him to stay in power so that he could, that he could be in charge. What do you think Biden's not been able to crash the stock market? Remember we learned about the emergency stabilization fund and how presidents in the past had manipulated the stock market to create crashes?
Okay.
Remember all that?
No, I don't actually.
No, that was in the Q drops.
Okay.
So but Trump's in control of that. He's not going to let something permanently happen to the United States.
Well, I'm just saying, as long as this guy is appearing to be the president, if she's prosecuted, that might be, of course, everything he does as a belligerent gets undone. So if they do, maybe it's just so messy. You know what?
He's a civilian president. Even if you consider him the president, he's civilian. Military tribunals is how you handle treason.
Right.
I don't think he can pardon treasonous activities.
Well, we know that the grand juries are going on with Durham. That's what we know for sure. All this devolution stuff is interesting to think about, but there's no real solid evidence for it. Really.
Until it comes out.
Right. And that's probably the way it has to be. If it's
this is the purpose of the Q drops.
If it's really happening, I have.
Well, the Q proofs are intended to show us it's real.
I understand that, but
people were asking the same thing, right? They're saying, "Is this real? Is this real?"
Right.
And there are a lot of people who think it's not real. Quite frankly, is one of those guys.
Yeah.
But he's a patriot. No, there's no question he's a patriot.
Well, but the Q team is the same team that was after Hillary with the Whitewater, had all the paperwork at the Murrah Federal Building, and then someone blew that up, and so these white hats have been fighting this fight for an awfully long time. It's not like they have a foolproof plan.
Moves and counter moves. It's not like It's not like the other side can't do something. That's the whole point.
Right.
But the whole point is the plan has been set up so that you'll lead them down a path you want them to go down. That's why it's called 5D chess.
Mm-hmm.
You make them play your game, and once you do that, they fall into the trap, and then they're stuck, which I contend has already happened. They fell in the trap on the 6th of January.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I understand when people don't believe that. That's fine. And actually, it's not all that important that you believe that. It's more important that people wake up their consciousness, because the consciousness is what's going to keep and turn all this around.
Well, I think what's happening with the truckers is waking up a lot of people. I mean, first of all, it's giving people hope, and now they've removed the first truck and arrested the first trucker, and then 4 more trucks took his place. So this is what's going to happen. Yeah. There's going to be more and more coming. There's more coming all the time. It's not going to stop, but what's going to stop is all shipping. So this isn't going to get resolved by arresting people. It's the stupidest thing you could possibly do. But of course, he went to Klaus Schwab. What's Klaus Schwab going to do?
It's all going to wake more people up, because people are going to start doing these mundane things. Like in Germany, people were walking I think at 7 p.m. on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly there's talk about arresting people for walking at night. Come on.
Yeah.
Isn't the average person is going to wake up and say, who's the fascist here? You know? I had a friend of mine said her one of her best friends was in New York City. And a while back, she voted for Brandon, okay? So, and she says, this is crazy. He says, because I look forward to Trump being back, she said. So they're changing. Like a few years ago, when we tried to convince her that what was going to happen, we told her there were going to be these shortages, everything. Yeah. Oh, that will never happen, you know?
Yeah.
She doesn't say that now. She does not say that now. She wants to get out of there.
Sometimes you got to show them. You can't just tell them. Yep. You got to show them.
Right. And they're going to get worse. You know they're going to get worse. You know, if you hear the most recent thing, you know, the whole purpose of this thing with Russia is, you know, first of all, they say that he's going to attack and he's going to do it on this day. And then when it doesn't happen on that day, it says, see, our actions had an effect. You know? Well, he never intended to attack.
Wrong one.
But they can try to use that narrative to make it look like there's some kind of a, you know, a genius.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think too many people have ever accused Biden of being the genius.
No.
So
far cry from it.
So, but you can see the game they're playing, and it doesn't take. I'm sure it woke some people up, and they'll continue to do more and more. God help us, but I would not be surprised to learn that one of the reasons there's a lot of people, a lot of jobs open, is that there might be something have gone behind the scenes that is similar to what happened in Germany with the Jews. Now think about that for a moment. Think of the situation that was occurring and people disappearing, and ask yourself, could it happen here? Do you think these people are capable of it? Of course they are.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
They haven't shown, you know, they've shown some disregard for human life. So could that be happening? How would they do that? How could they carry that out? How could they get people secretly to some place? I'm not saying they are doing it, but I'm saying we should be alert to that possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are doing it, what would happen if the people suddenly found out? You know? So we know this. It was a Washington State. We're talking about putting up detention camps for the unvaccinated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not supposed to say that word, I guess.
Okay. So we know they're putting up detention camps. So what do you think they're going to do in those detention camps?
Make soap out
of them. Could they do something bad? You know?
Yeah.
Could people disappear from those places?
Of course. Human trafficking.
You know? So I think there could be some more shocking revelations that are truly shocking to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that's not the case, but I think it's quite possible that there will be some things that just shock people to the core. So that even some of the worst of the worst to wake up, like, oh my God, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just speculating here.
Right.
Let's hope that's not the case, obviously.
Well,
unless it's the only way to wake everybody up, you know? So,
yeah.
But at any rate.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this quote from Klaus Schwab that maybe I already read it before, but it's pretty diabolical.
Well, last night, what's his name? Was it last night? I think it was last night. Frank quite frankly, was reading from his newest book or something called the Great Narrative.
Okay.
He was reading through it, and it was pretty disgusting, the things he was saying, you know?
It's very disgusting. Okay, here it is. Oh, they covered it. Okay, it's from the book, from his book, Klaus Schwab's book. Klaus is Claus, Schwab. So here it is. At least 4 billion useless eaters shall be eliminated by the year 2050 by means of limited wars, organized epidemics of fatal, rapid-acting diseases, and starvation. Energy, food, and water shall be kept at subsistence levels for the non-elite, starting with the white populations of Western Europe and North America, and then spreading to other races. The population of Canada, Western Europe, and the United States will be decimated more rapidly than other continents until the world's population reaches a manageable level of 1 billion people, of which 500 million will consist of Chinese and Japanese races, selected because they are people who have been regimented for centuries and who are accustomed to obeying authority without question. From time to time, there shall be artificially contrived food and water shortages and medical care to remind the masses that their very existence depends on the goodwill of the Committee of 300. So there you go. That's their glorious plan, people. They want to kill you. And and Trudeau is one of the 3 leaders in this world who is compromised by Klaus Schwab. They got 50% or more of the cabinet. 50% or more of the cabinet of Trudeau is Klaus Schwab people. Loyal.
Well,
what was that?
Schwab would say that he had 450 young. He said young that are spread around the governments of the world.
Yeah.
So it's not, you know.
And he said in an interview he has Canada, Macron in France, and some country in South America. So 3 countries.
Yeah.
He's got control.
Brazil, probably in Argentina, maybe.
Control of, I can't remember which one it was. I'm sure it's easy to find, but yeah.
But don't worry. I mean,
but
this is the whole purpose of the movement. The patriots are controlled. God is in control.
But for normies who need to be woken up, they need to read stuff like this. They need to know that this exists out there, that people are actively spending decades and generations to make this crap come true. And
do you really think Trump would be sitting back and being calm if he really wasn't in control?
Well,
think about it.
I just, Max, defeating a 3,000-year-old death cult isn't easy. It doesn't come easy, and it's not going to be perfectly planned. It's going to be lots of bumps because these people are so evil, and they have to be that evil. That's their thing. They have to be that evil.
I tell you, this is all happening for our behalf. I keep telling you that. This is all for the behalf of mankind. And it's all to train us so we can go to the next level. I know everybody thinks that's just a speculation on my part. That's just I'm telling you, that's what this is for. This is for the awakening of mankind. And that's why it's important not to put hate in our heart. It's the opposite of what we need. Okay? We have to understand that these people, we're no better than these other people. We were there. We've once, there are some things in the Bible that, of course, resonate, with this idea, that, all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. we can't put ourselves above other people. Okay, we're on a different path. We're waking up. We're about ready to graduate from a certain level of consciousness, and those people are playing a role. That's the whole purpose of the drops, talking about enjoy the movie. Because this is a role. This is a role that's being played for our behalf.
Yeah,
that's
but we all have. But
you fear it. You give power to it.
But we have to also take action. We can't just sit back and think, "Oh, the plan is going. We don't have to do anything. They're all planning."
Well, what did I say last 2 weeks ago or last week? What was the thing I said? Do something.
Saying. Yeah, right.
It can be anything. It can be the smallest little thing. You don't realize you taking a step forward with your consciousness affects everybody around you.
There it is.
You don't have to be a super soldier and go out and fight the battle. What you do have to do is do things in your life to make yourself better. Do things in your life to help others. Do things in your life to dispel fear. Do things do things to help other people. Wake up.
Make memes like this one. I did not make this one, but this is a good one. It's like a cartoon, but Trudeau has Trudeau's face on it. Show us where the fringe minority hurts you, Justin. Right there in my mangina. Right there in my mangina.
I'm trying to convince you why there should be no fear.
I think that's fun.
And it's like a parent telling, don't touch that stove, Well, you're going to touch the stove, and people are going to have some fear, but if one person hears what I have to say and takes a step and say, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
That didn't hurt me.
Right.
And so they take another step.
There are a lot of people stepping forward and doing things that they never would have done before, and it's because of what they're seeing out there. Especially in our community, we've been seeing it for years. It's so blatant, so obvious, but yet.
And each one of those steps, it has a what's the word? It's a cumulative effect. I mean, when you take a step, it affects more than just you and your consciousness. It affects all the people around you, and that's all cumulative and accelerating. The more people wake up, the more people that take a little step forward. Maybe that step forward is sitting back and saying, you know what? I've been meaning to go on a diet. I'm going to do it this week. Or maybe it's, I've been having this argument with the family for this long. I'm going to do my best to say, listen, I don't want to argue anymore. Yes, we have issues, but I love you. It doesn't have to be major. You don't realize the little things are major. The little steps toward improving your consciousness affects everybody. So it is major. That we think we have to go out and construct some grand plan to bring them down. No, you just have to keep making progress, and their plan will go downhill on its own. Especially no fear. When you fear, you give them power over you. So.
Okay.
So we don't want to give them power. We want to take the power away. And I had some discussions with the people who were saying, well, how does this fit in with Christianity? Because there were concerns that, the law of one and everything and reincarnation and all this stuff that people are doing something bad here. And I said, well, think about this. Remember I told you about you look at the idea that God is this source of infinite light, and that light, love, and God's will is being shared to us as patriots. And in this model, the patriot is somebody who retains their free will and refuses to give it up to some other control structure. But those that give up their light, give up their free will to a control structure, if you think about it, they have no way of getting their light back. They have no way to get their free will back. It given it to Lucifer, and he's now going to give it back, right? Well, that's the purpose of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, what did he do? What was it said? He died so that we might be reborn. If we create this hell on earth for ourselves and trap our consciousness under a control structure, the only way we can get out of that is if somebody gives us our light back. Jesus did that for us. He established so that we could be recycled again and again until we learn our lesson. Nobody can give that. Well, we technically, we can all do that. We can all. In fact, remember I said the first thing I did on the free will love laser, the will that the contracts and bonds that tied people to these control structures all be broken, meaning those people can get their light back. If they get their light back, they can make a choice. They can, they're no longer bound by those evil structures. I spent a long time before I made that first intention for the free will love laser. We are divine creatures, every one of us, because we are creations of the one consciousness. We're all part of that one consciousness. So, we have and will continue to develop supernatural powers. We're born with one, that's called the placebo effect. Everybody's got it. But I've seen it firsthand when as your consciousness starts to grow, you yourself will start to be able to not only have the intention that you'll be healed from things that plague you, but also you will start to heal the people around you. People will start coming up to you and said, "Hey, I shook your hand a week ago or a month ago," and then I got better. And they'll say, "You did it." Trust me, that will happen to all of us. That's one of the next steps for everybody here. If you're not already experiencing it and don't realize it. So watch for that. This is why I try to get you to take more steps forward, because once you see it, once you actually see it, there's no going back. You will be transformed forever. This is part of what the Great Awakening is all about. But people will move at different speeds, right? And what I'm trying to do is accelerate people here to do that. And there's no great thing they have to do. They just have to do little things each day to move forward. That's all they have to do. Knowing that all the other people in this group are also doing that little thing each day starts to magnify. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger until now people start seeing these things happening in their lives where suddenly people around them are getting cured of things out of the blue. And eventually people are going to ascribe the curative actions to you and you and you and you. You're saying, how can this be? And then at first you won't believe it. But then you'll realize it's because you are divine. You are a very powerful individual. And then you really take off. And with it, though, you'll understand, of course, that if we're all part of one God, it's not like you're going against God because you're part of God,
Oh, so you're saying some religious people are worried that people are looking at this law of one thing and straying away from it. That's what you're saying? Is that
well,
what you're saying?
there are certainly a lot of religious people out there that are let's just say a little bit more rigid in their view, which is okay.
Yeah,
everybody has right to have their own views.
Well, but
they're looking at this reincarnation, they're looking at the law of one and whatever, and saying, "Oh, these people are, they're going against the spirit of Christ and whatever."
But doesn't it say in the Bible something about the golden rule? I mean, basically, the law of one is the golden rule expanded. That's basically what it is. So instead of finding differences to berate these people, maybe they should look at what's the same. I mean, that's the same thing
I agree with you.
It's the same thing you do with people. You try to find something that you can agree with people.
Right. You need to just be caring and loving and try to, if you're in that position, you just express your view and thank you for expressing their views and don't argue, let their consciousness grow naturally,
Mm-hmm.
It will, right? Things will happen in their lives. They're exposed to a new idea. Anytime somebody's exposed to a new idea, a lot of times people will recoil and say, "Well, I don't believe that," right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes they think about it a little later and says, "You know what? There was some aspect of that warrant further consideration," and so they'll think about it some more, and maybe they'll come to agree with you. Maybe they won't. But it's how we all learn. And what's important is that we all are civil about it. We all say, "I'm sharing this because I love you." The things I'm doing here, I'm sharing because I want all of you, and that includes me, to our consciousness to expand, because I know we are the answer. We are the answer to this nightmare. This nightmare is for us. The nightmare is for us to wake up and understand who we are and why we're here. And when we do that, and we've already done it to a great degree, but when we do that, that's when the simulation ends. This step of the simulation ends. Those bad people get recycled. They don't die. They're all reclaimed. Nobody gets left behind. We once played that role. Even though I claim to have written the plan, I believe that everybody here wrote a plan for another world. Can I prove that? No, of course not. I think we all play an infinite number of roles to get where we're at. Okay? Mm-hmm. Nobody's better than another. Trump couldn't have done this without all of us. We couldn't have done it without Trump, right? We all need each other. We're all bound together. When I do something to expand my consciousness, I help you.
Yeah.
When you do something to expand your consciousness, you help me. So when I'm trying to get you to expand a consciousness, the only thing I have to gain is when you go up in your consciousness, so do I.
Mm-hmm. I got a question here from Updog, and welcome to the show, Updog. Where is the flat dog meme? I wish I could share it. I was just sharing something, and I got the spinning wheel. It's still spinning, so I will not be able to share anything. I probably should
get you that upgrade soon.
I should probably actually shut this down pretty soon, because I don't want it to. I don't know what it could do. So I need to shut this thing down, I think. Not my choice, but
sometimes that happens.
Yep. Oh, something's happening already. I better.
It's like my phone suddenly doesn't want to use the speakerphone suddenly doesn't want to work.
Yeah. So I apologize, friends, that this happened again. I guess it's going to happen till I get my new equipment. So let's hope that happens. So there was a troll in the chat too. I see. Okay, I thought it looked like something was happening.
It's still there.
Thank you, Mud Rabbit. Yeah, the merch shop. Thank you very much for posting that. Yeah, if you want to find a way to help the program, get yourself a T-shirt, wear it around town. Tell everybody about the Truth Quest. I'm working hard to get the swear engines maybe this Friday. I heard Fridays were good for them. I'll have to confirm that. And if you're on my Facebook friend list, then you might hear about it. Other than that, you'll hear about it on Friday. We'll be here on Friday, friends. You got him. All right. Good job, Mud Rabbit. Whatever it was. Okay. Mud nuked him.
Nuke the troll.
Yeah. Troll Patrol. Yeah, Jerry. Good to see you here, Jerry. Again, Jerry, too. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad to see you here. Well, we have a spinning wheel still, and I know what
Anybody out there like
Zoso did.
like mushrooms? I'm just talking about regular mushrooms to eat. I'm not talking about anything crazy here. Well, if you like cheese and mushrooms, somebody shared a recipe with me, which is out of this world. They took I used you can use an oven, but I used an air fryer, and you just kind of spray whatever container you're putting sliced baby bella mushrooms in it with a little cooking oil, and you put those baby bella mushrooms in, and you put a little bit, sprinkle blue cheese on top of it. But you got to kind of cover it, and when you heat it up in the air fryer, you only need 400 degrees. In the oven, since it's not circulating, you need about 425 or 450. And when the cheese starts to melt, it protects the mushrooms from dehydrating. Otherwise, they get pretty nasty if they dehydrate. But it's so good. It tastes like Parmesan. It loses its taste of blue cheese and becomes this wonderful cheesy mixture. So
Yeah.
anyway,
well, that's interesting.
Share it with people.
That's interesting. I got one too. Here's a little recipe that I discovered when I was a kid. If you take an apple, like even a green apple, and you put a piece of candy corn or a couple pieces of candy corn in your mouth before you take a bite of the apple, it tastes just like carameled apples. It's the only way to eat caramel corn. So try that, friends.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll get that caramel corn all eaten up eventually. Just keeps piling up. Well, friends, I apologize for this little glitch. I was going to show a video of the live stream. The live stream for the NASA. So maybe I'll just put that link in the chat here so that if you want to go look at it, then you can. Where did it go? There, it's down here. Okay. I'll put it here. See if I can still do that. There's that video of the live stream. It might be a taped live stream from the ISS. So I was just going to put that on so we'd have some background, but maybe you'll find something. Maybe you'll just make a discovery. Maybe you will. But, well, you know, strange things happen here at Truth Quest because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. I want to thank you, Maxwell Smart, for calling in. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And thank you to everybody in the chat. Motors Apparende, hey, good to see you here. And Abby and Mud Rabbit, MacGyver, Updog, Mad Pog. I'm saying that right now. Let's see who else is here. Jerry, Mud Rabbit, Dale D, MacGyver, Young Star Wizard. I like that name, Young Star. That's pretty cool. And everybody else that I didn't get to, Dark Brain. Yeah. And hopefully stay away from the trolls. Hopefully they won't bother us next time. Well, thank you very much, friends. Looks like we lost our camera too. So we better turn this thing off before it gets too late. Thank you very much. Remember, we're coming back on Friday. So keep your cameras and your phones trained to the skies. You can take that picture of that UFO and come on to the Truth Quest and talk about it. And, oh, all caps. Sorry about that, friends. I just got to type this because I got to turn the computer off and I won't be able to give multiple notes. So I want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Have a great night. We'll see you on Friday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll see you then Friday. Until then, peace in. I'm going to have to turn off the computer. Okay. Peace in, brother.
Okay. Have a good one.
Peace in. Okay. Oh, it's off now. Oh, God.
I wonder if it's something going on. I mean, my device has started acting up the last 2 days.
No, it's because I have too much stuff on my computer. I can't get enough of it off to make a difference.
You need to upgrade.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. End meeting for all. Still going. Sorry, folks. Peace in. We'll see you Friday. Oh, I gotta turn it off this way.